Welcome to Oiler Outlook. I am Jeremiah Jackson here today with Kate Ellis. Now, how are you doing today, Kate?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Now, appreciate you. You just got out of practice.
Yeah.
But in today's interview, we're going to kind of talk about, we're going to live in the now, but also we're going to bring up, freshman year, sophomore year, and the journey that led you here to UF. So,
Yeah.
Graduate student this year, but take us back. Can you talk about your journey coming here to University of Findlay?
My journey to the University of Findlay is probably a story that not many people know. I originally was not being recruited here, and I really targeted Findlay because I'm from Perrysburg. So I'm super close to home, which I love. That was a huge factor in deciding on where I wanted to go. And I reached out to Coach Weedy, and I was like, hey, this is where I want to go. Mm-hmm. And Division II has been the best thing that I could have chosen for myself. It's a perfect blend of academics, athletics, and also still being a college student. Mm-hmm. And so picking Findlay was really one of the best decisions I've ever done for myself. And I've just felt that I've been invited with such open arms, and the support system's just been incredible. And so looking back, I'm very, very grateful that I chose to come here.
Yeah. And now also looking back, as your game has evolved so much, how have you seen your game evolve since your first year here up until now?
The first year was a wild ride, and that's what made coming back for the fifth year so easy. You look at that first year and you're getting contact traced and you're sitting games and you're it was just chaotic. Mm-hmm. And so the biggest thing about my game that I've always been told was I'm very athletic. I play very fast, but now that I've added the skills and I've put in the work throughout my game, now I'm more of a 3-level scorer, which is something that since Coach Duran's gotten here my first year, we really have emphasized that if I take my game to the next level, and I can get downhill, but now if I can create that pull-up, if I can create that three, now it's a lot harder to guard, and now it's creating more shots for my teammates, because now if I'm getting downhill, the kickouts are wide open or the dumps to the post. So I've really tried to just expand my game, and now my reads now are kind of reading my next defender. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, and Tim mentions that all the time, going downhill, Kate is unstoppable.
Yeah.
Now, speak about that, that play style, where did that, I want to say aggression, where did that come from?
It's kind of funny. My dad was a running back in college, and so my dad has really taught me, cradle it, get downhill, be aggressive, and that's kind of where it came from, but I really didn't start being that aggressive till about 8th grade when I really started to play kind of more downhill, and even throughout high school, you got to read your man. And so if I'm reading my man, if I can beat my man, then I got to get downhill. Yeah. And so the college level has now taught me, hey, it's now reading beyond your man. It's now your eyes got to, Coach Isaac and Coach Duran always say all the time, your eyes got to be up. And so that's really been more of an aspect I've tried to work on this year, is getting my eyes up and seeing, hey, if I could kick it out quicker. And so, yeah.
And I think that's really amazing how you're answering these questions. It's not even the physical part about it, but it's just the mental part of the game of basketball is just, it can evolve your game to whole new levels. So I think that's amazing. But athletes here at the University of Findlay are leaders not only on their respective teams, but also on campus and in the community as well. So how have you seen yourself evolve as a leader, either on campus or even off campus?
My leadership has played a different role every year I've been here. And so you might not see me be the most vocal person, but I try to more lead by example. And even so in the classroom, I'm always reaching out, I'm asking questions, I'm always just trying to better myself, because then I feel like it goes out and then it comes back in. Mm-hmm. And so I feel my leadership has just improved each year that I've been here, and that's a very exciting thing to see, considering what my next career is going to be, where I'm leading students, and now you kind of got to shift your mindset, and you're now leading the future kids. Yeah. And so yeah, that's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you talk about academics, grad school. What are you studying, and how different is it being an undergrad playing basketball versus a grad student playing basketball?
Yeah, it's been a big difference. So I graduated in May with my undergrad in primary education.
Okay.
So I can teach preschool to 5th grade, which is exactly where I want to be. I loved my kindergarten placement last semester. It was not probably the right time to be doing it in the middle of basketball season, but looking back, I'm really grateful I did.
Yeah.
Because I think that really put like the finishing touch of like mental toughness and going from school to basketball and like being relied on the basketball court. And that was probably one of the best things I've done, was to force myself to do it while I'm in season. But you know, the undergrad, you know, you're going to class every day. And now the master's, so I'm getting my master's in reading right now, and I'm scheduled to graduate in May. I took courses over the summer to kind of help get it done by May. But now it's like I'm fully online. So now it's like you have to have the self-discipline to get in that schedule and go sit somewhere and go do your homework. So it's kind of been an interesting semester. I've definitely adapted more, but the first few weeks were pretty weird of like not going to class.
Right, yeah.
So you're just like sitting there on your laptop and you're like just trying to figure it out, but I've definitely adapted to it.
Yeah, and you know, last question. I know you have a lot of memorable moments here at UF. You know, you just eclipsed 1,000 points not too long ago. What is your most memorable moment here in the UF uniform?
I think I said it when I got interviewed the last time, but the Ursuline game last year in overtime, it's been one that's been stuck with me. Ursuline, we have struggled with Ursuline since I've been here, and they were ranked at the time, they were undefeated, and so when you get in an environment like Croy on that type of night and you come out with a win, let alone it be a great game, and you come out with a win in overtime, that's probably one of my most favorite memories.
Yeah. Yeah, well, appreciate you, Kate, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And thank you guys for watching Oiler Outlook.